Play a quick video. Click the links for Odyssey, Bit Chute, to Sports Channel and Coffee, or the various other links. First of all, let me say I'm not giving any legal advice. You have to check your laws in your area, the applicable laws for what you can use to defend yourself. But ultimately, keeping 100 with you, it's better to defend yourself than not to defend yourself. But this is a situation of a 19-year-old white woman brutally beaten by pack. That's an interesting choice of language there. Pack of black teens over braided hair. Humans have been braiding their hair for years. It doesn't matter what the cause of war is in this case, the braided hair. It could be, usually it's a situation like you're wearing a pair of tennis shoes that they want, and a pack will set upon you and attack, a pack of animals, and they will attack and take the shoes, whatever valuables you have on you, clothes, wallets, jewelry, purses. So this allegedly was because she had braided hair. And there's a lot of MAGA normies on the right who go, oh, this is CRT teaching these crazy kids. No, it's a nice deflection. You don't want to talk about the real problem because it's uncomfortable. I get that. It's just a deflection. They've been doing it for decades, way, way before CRT. That example of people getting robbed for their shoes, that's been happening for decades, forever. And there's plenty of videos of teens, youths, kids. Every time you see that on a post, a news post, you know what's up. We've been watching the news long enough. Like, whenever they don't tell you what's going on, you know what's going on. So you live. This is life in low trust America. If you live in any city in America, you're living in a very low trust, dangerous society. The police are not there to. If there's a cop right there, then and there on the corner, that'd be great. But there's not likely to be that cop right then and there. They come around afterwards and collect evidence and help prosecute the case. You have to defend yourself. And people think like, oh, I'm just, going about my day. It's like I had braided hair. I didn't think, or I had a pair of Nike tennis shoes. I didn't realize, not only would you get robbed of those shoes, but you would get beaten half to death, or you would just be beaten for no reason at all. As there's the whole black on Asian violence thing that's been going on. The media touches as lightly as a lover's kiss and moves on quickly. And it's like, finally you've got Asians who are starting to speak out. It's like, hey, Team Asian, you're going to have to figure out what side you're on. And you know what I'm talking about with that. The older Asians, you're really going to have to step up and realize, at least to be fair, they are trying to talk about it, trying to get the message out, and the media is completely ignoring them. Because it's not, it's not MAGA types who are doing this. Y'all know who the teens, the kids, and the youths are. Bart, we're not going to show the pictures of the muggers because it would make you feel racist. Okay, well, you just, every time you don't show the pictures, you're telling us what you're not telling us. We're not idiots. So there's no one who's going to protect you. Your life in a city, life anywhere. Listen, I always have stuff to protect yourself. You might live out in the boonies where you got coyotes. I got packs of wild coyotes, mountain lions, and black bear. Not only that, but there's also going to be off-leash dogs and stuff. At least have a couple bottles of pepper spray. A big bottle, a small bottle, a couple of small bottles. But that big bottle, like the big 6-ounce bottle, 12-ounce bottle, is really nice because it sends out just this massive stream. So let's talk about the tools you have to defend yourself. Again, you're going to have to check your local laws about this kind of stuff. But, like I said, sometimes you just have to defend yourself and worry about everything else later, which wearing a mask kind of comes in handy for that. Like if you're in a city, it might be handy to wear a hat, some kind of I don't know, glasses, like polycarbonate glasses, and a mask, because you might defend yourself vigorously and want to leave the area and not have to deal with hassles. So anyway, your options are pepper sprays, knives, and then liberty devices. And again, laws on carrying liberty devices in cities, man, it's really rough. But here, I don't know if I can play the video without getting copyright. You've got packs of youths, like 20 kids who are trying to beat you to death and might successfully beat you to death, or just beat you until you're developmentally disabled the rest of your life. So you got those tools available, and even if you pull out something that is can be kept on your person, something a smaller caliber like a sub 9, 380 25 are available automatic, and then there's snub nose revolvers, but they only hold 5 or 6 shots. But even you go like even like a 10 round mag of 380 against a pack, because you empty it into them legally, defending yourself. You empty it into them, and they. You use the other tools. You have pepper spray after that. And the point is, no matter what happens, but you're defending yourself right then and there. Again, not giving any legal advice here, but if you're anywhere, like this isn't a high trust state. What happens with these teens, these youths, these kids, these magic Americans attacking people is people are just seeing it now. This has been going on since the 1960s when they, did what they did then. This has been going on forever. The thing is now everyone has a camera in their pocket. Literally everyone has got a camera that can record this stuff. And to be fair, if you're in a business district, you've got security cameras all over the place. And that's how they get the facial identification. The kids walking to the event and walking away from the event. They'll get the facial scans, but they're under 18. And, Hillary Clinton called them super predators. My point is, you're seeing it now to the extent you didn't see it in 1980, 1990, 2000. 2010, then you started to see stuff. I think 2010 was people had at least video capable cell phones. And a lot of times the people themselves will film the event themselves. There's no shortage of this stuff. You follow Andy Ngo on Twitter. There's a bunch of other accounts where they post these horrific acts of violence. So there's a guy on a subway or a bus, a Magic American on a bus who beat another Magic American female to deletion and then throws her body off the bus. And people filmed it and they stood around, they watched it and they filmed it. It's like, you got to at least have a bottle of pepper spray for that and get the guy's attention, unload the bottle in the guy's face, and then you leave. And, handle the legalities after or use whatever tools you have at your disposal. But another situation I think was on Andy Ngo's Twitter where a Magic American security guard gets out of a big GMC Suburban, and there's some guys who are sitting on the sidewalk, and he had his back to him, and that's where the adage comes in: you never relax. He had his back to him, and this guy was a Sun man himself, and he kept his back to him. Guy walks up, puts a 115 grand in the back of his head, and everyone else is just kind of standing around watching, and the guy robs him of his Liberty device because he was a security guard carrying concealed. And, man, to not have your head on a swivel around high-risk people, he's insane. So he gets robbed of his Liberty device and maybe his wallet. And then there's like 2 or 3 people who are sitting around watching, also Magic Americans. And they come and go through the rest of his pockets to take whatever was left over. Maybe the guy just took the Liberty device and he left the wallet. And so they come along, take like the wallet and shoes and stuff like that. So you had like a half a dozen people involved. They watched this, homicide take place, and it's just like, oh, it's just life in, I don't know, Detroit or Memphis or something. And to be fair, like that security guard, to see him, when I saw him drive up, he had his back to the people you should never have your back to. I'm just watching this thinking like, oh well, it's the story is written. If you go in the water, bleeding, you're putting yourself at a high risk. And this guy he had his back to the ocean, and he didn't see what was coming. It's like, man, he was, I think he was like in his 60s, and it's like you made it to 60, and like you relaxed, and it's like, yeah, what Jesse Jackson say, and he regretted saying this. He said when he's at night, walking at night, and hears footsteps. I don't know if all this is too base for YouTube or whatever. He hears footsteps behind him at night, and he turns around and he thanks God that if it's a white face. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, support channel, coffee if you can, and go get yourself to Amazon and get a big bottle of pepper spray, like the 12-ounce size, and then a 6-ounce bottle that's more can fit in a sweatshirt pocket, and then a small little, like, 2-ounce bottle that can clip to your shirt. So when you walk the dogs at night, you got a little clip-on knife, you got some pepper spray bottles for packs of coyotes, pit bulls, mountain lions, black bear, pepper spray would probably work effectively against black bear, but probably. But obviously, it's like you would thank God if you hear rustling and you see a mountain lion. I mean, they can be pretty dangerous creatures, but a mountain lion, a bear, a coyote, because like the most dangerous person anywhere is going to be these two-legged packs of youths, teens, and kids. This might be too base for YouTube. I don't know. If it's a secondary channel, I don't know if they'll nuke it. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Don't turn your back to the ocean ever. Don't ever relax around the youths, teens, kids. I'll see you guys all next episode.